Hi guys, this is Sunny of Sunny's Kitchen. This morning I joined my friend Cito Beltran on his news show Agenda on Channel 5. Here's a clip. I hope you like it.
It is war. It is war. It's a global war, and we are all in it. And I have a few words to say about that later in the show. In any case, at this point, I'd like to call in a friend. He is quite well known as a restaurateur. He is the founder and president of Poco Delicatessen, or Poco Deli. Everybody calls it Poco Deli. Prior to this, he spent 25 years with Procter and Gamble, lived in Indonesia, and he's a very good friend, Sunny De Leon. Sunny, are you there already?
Hi Cito. Greetings from
Okay.
Hi Cito, greetings from Coron, Palawan.
Okay, I am really glad that we are connected now. Why are you not with us here in Metro Manila celebrating the holy month of ECQ?
Well, we're neighbors in Capitolio, right? And
Yes.
but we opened a shop here in the island, and prior to the lockdown, we came to the island because it's peak season. Like Holy Week, this is the highest season for the island, tourists, etc. We were conducting a wine class, a wine tasting event, and then suddenly the lockdown came. Our two flights out were canceled, and so we've been here a total of 6 weeks.
Total of 6 weeks in the island of Coron, Palawan. Now, I know there are many of us who wish we could trade places with you. Can you give us a picture of what the situation is in Coron? You get to go out, I think, on special runs. There is also, I think, an enhanced quarantine policy in Coron. Can you give us insight what's going on there, or how are things in Coron?
Okay, Coron or Palawan in general used to be the number one island destination of the Philippines after it was rated top 10 in the world by Condé Nast of New York. So this place was really crawling with tourists from all over the world, right? Suddenly when the lockdown came, zero tourists. Everyone was sent home, especially the foreigners. So it's practically a ghost town. Now, when the lockdown was executed in Manila, our mayor was very proactive and he immediately did the lockdown. In fact, the lockdown is so effective, every corner of the barangay where I'm staying, there's a checkpoint. So we can only go to the market at 6 a.m., but we need to be back by 10 at the latest. Otherwise, you can't go out anymore. So, in terms of, I just heard the interview from Governor of Cagayan. It is actually feels like martial law, right? And I like it because there's control. So now, while we have run out of canned goods, sardines, etc., we have fish, right? But yes, we have fish, but I pity the fishermen because the fishermen are not able to sell their fish anymore. So there's a lot of fish in the market. No one's buying. The public market, 80% of the stalls are closed, etc. Because essentially we were serving the tourists, right? So it's a ghost town.
Yeah. Okay, and so what about businesses? Because I was talking to Governor Artia of Bohol, and what they did was they actually allowed the economy to run. They simply did not allow, I think they allowed essential establishments to operate, food, banking, etc. And because they were an island. What is the situation there? Are the businesses all closed up, boarded up already?
So all businesses, bars, cafes, restaurants, all tourism-related businesses are closed, right? Except for the public
Okay.
market. Public market, there's like 2 or 3 drugstores, and then people like us. So Poco Deli is essentially like a delicatessen, which is like a fancy name for it's a European grocery store, right? So we
Yeah.
were closed for a month, but then we just reopened this week because there are people calling us for bread, for oil, for milk, of course bacon, etc. Especially there's a lot of foreign nationals who have married Filipinas and who are living here. So everything is closed. Only grocery, public market, and drugstore are open.
Well, you are very lucky individual because when I was building resorts in that part of the island, there were no cell phones, amigo. We did everything on foot, and no orders. You had to send a letter 2 days ahead. So you're lucky. You're actually operating online or by mobile phone.
So what happened was the physical stores are closed. So my dining area for Poco Deli and for Epic Cafe are closed. But then people can call or message us online, etc. So we had to reopen our little. I'm actually right behind our counter. We have open a small like grocery area, right? So people can just pick up their stuff or we can deliver to them because these are essentials like food.
Yeah. Okay, we have a slight delay. Okay, now, Stanley, here's the thing. I've been talking to some of the officials, experts, and the forecast is we can just kiss our favorite restaurants goodbye at least for the next 3 to 6 months because social distancing will still be strictly enforced all over the world. And yes, there are countries that tried to keep the restaurants and public places open, and now they're paying the price in terms of casualty. What about what about on your side? Because how do you see? You've been in business, you've been in the corporate life before as an executive. What's your analysis as far as the future of restaurants go?
Okay, so first, I agree with the global assessment that the restaurant, travel, airline, etc., we're really the first casualty, right? So we've accepted that. But the fact of the matter is, we're technically food, right? So it's something that people
Yeah.
need to survive. So what we have done, and we're not the expert, we're still navigating our way through all the darkness. We're trying to serve people by delivering, right?
Okay.
So essentially, it's a new platform. People are now ordering via Messenger, Facebook, email, calls, Viber, WhatsApp, whatever communication lines. We never did that. You know, Capitoli, right? You walk in, we have coffee or a glass of wine. But now we've had to, all possible communication lines are open. That's the first one. Second is the menu. So, yes, we eat canned sardines, dried fish, etc. But once a week, we'd like to taste bacon, right? So we still serve bacon. Sometimes, once a month, a bottle of wine, right? Third is in terms of the delivery mechanism, so the usual Grab, Lalamove, etc., but they're fully loaded. So we've had to mobilize our own people, whether they're walking, biking, etc., to deliver, right? And then the last one is in terms of the payment systems. Again, before it just used to be credit card or cash. Now bank transfer, etc. So I think in this madness, we still need to find a way, right, to be able to serve people.
I'm curious, Sunny. And you can answer or you can choose not to answer this, but in percentage comparison, I mean, everyone assumes, you know, you have a restaurant or you have a deli, okay, it's zero, you must be down, but okay, now you've discovered online deliveries, etc. How is it in terms of profitability or just keeping the business alive? Because I remember, I've been where you are. I remember when we were running a bed and breakfast and building resorts down there. I remember when there were kidnapping stories, etc., and the tourists all disappeared. And the mode was survival. It was
Yes.
no longer about making a profit, turning a profit, but surviving and being able to keep the business. How is this shift from physical restaurants to online delivery, online order taking and delivery for you?
So, to be honest with you, we're still struggling. Uh, Based on what I saw, we're still bleeding financially. But the important thing is cash flow, right? So I just want to be
Yeah.
able to convert my stocks, my inventory to cash, because that is the cash by which I can pay my employees. So right now I'm zero profitability, in fact negative, but I just need cash flow to be able to pay my employees and buy rice.
Okay. Yeah, okay, but you know, I've seen all of your posts on how to prepare gourmet sardines
Yes, yes.
from a can, and all this stuff. You're in Coron and you're by the seaside, and you also have the mountains back there. Is this area going to be the next source of materials? Because I'm sure you can't get anything out of Manila right now.
So the profile of the geography of Coron is it's heavily mineralized, meaning to say high manganese content. So from an agriculture side, I don't think there's really a lot to be grown here, because what's this? The soil is not healthy, right? I mean, right for agriculture. But fishing is. There's a lot of islands and a lot of fishermen here, and these are all hardworking folks, right? These fishermen, and the issue now actually is logistics. How do we help the fishermen be able to bring their produce or their catch to the market, to Manila? And so you were asking about the logistics of, I mean, the mechanics of the lockdown. I think we still need to ensure that the food supply, the supply chain is active, because in just the other day when I was in the market, I mean, Lapu-Lapu was selling for 150 pesos, whereas in Manila it's like 1,000 pesos because no one's buying.
Mhm. Oh, okay, so that's in Coron, so it's mostly fish, not a lot of vegetables, and apparently you're going to have to take lessons from me regarding how to set up a vegetable garden out there, because I've been there, I know how to do it. But in any case, okay. So what about your Manila operations? You have a outlet. You have one here in Barrio Capitolio that we patronize. How will all of that change? You know, when when I heard that you're going to be one of our guests, my first question is, given that there will no longer be a need for physical restaurants, at least, or possibly for the next 3 months, do you guys all just give up the place, the outlet, and go on strictly online? How do you see the shift? Because In the past we've seen restaurants close because of competition. Now this is a different situation. Do you see this restaurants physically closing and opening online?
Okay, so we're blessed. We have 3 locations in Manila. So we have 2 in Capitolio and 1 in BGC. But of which, out of the 3, we reopened only 1, right? So I think that
Yeah.
Capitolio store will continue to open because of 3 reasons. Number 1, in terms of logistics, it's actually a delivery and pickup point. That's 1. Second, in terms of storage and display, people still want to see, right, what they're buying. And then third is, I think, as an encouragement to other restaurants and small business owners, you don't have to shut down everything because your physical store can be like your showroom. Like it's a place where you can showcase your stuff. At the same
Yeah.
time, there's a lot more trust if a customer sees a physical store versus just a purely online. Because the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of online stores, but the quality sometimes would be questionable, right? And such is
Okay.
the nature of online.
Okay, but what about mobile stores? So you see, listening to you, I figure out that from the physical restaurant, you have relied mostly on online orders, and if you try to go back to the new norm, you still need a main outlet
Yes.
for display and actual, interaction with your customers. But I figure we will go the style of New York, which would all be mobile restaurants, or style in LA or parts of Europe, even in the Netherlands. There are a lot of these mobile restaurants where you only pay rent to the city. You don't pay rent for a actual outlet.
So they're depending on the food item you're selling. I guess if you're just selling like hot dogs or maybe 5 kinds of sandwiches or just pizza, I think that system works because you don't need a big kitchen, cold storage, sanitation, disposal, etc. But like us, we have around 400 items on the menu, and we need cold storage, freezers, chillers. As you know, my wife Joy is very particular about the kitchen, right? So
Yeah.
she'll go ballistic if she sees like an insect or anything. So in terms of sanitation, I think we still need to preserve sanitation. That's why a physical store with a good kitchen is still very important.
Okay. And okay, what about scaling down in your? Because you said you have 400. You have a 400 selection
Yes.
of food stuff or products. Will ECQ dictate that you scale down on what you sell? Because I think the attraction for Poco Deli has been choice and variety, but will choice or variety still be a crucial part?
So what we have done initially is we launched only 5 items during our week 1 of our takeout. But obviously the customers wanted more. So right now we're just focusing on 5 items. Number 1, bacon. Number 2, sausages. Number 3, bread. Number 4, pasta. And number 5 would be like cheeses. That's it. Everything else,
What's number 5?
cheese, queso.
Cheese. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sunny.
So, because what happens, Cito, is I'm the master butcher. I make the sausages and the bacon, right? But the fact of the matter
Yeah.
is, I'm running out of supply of meat. So I used to import meat from Spain and Italy. right? So and our spices, we only use German spices and German casings, but I'm running out of supply, so I've had to limit the from 10 sausages. I only now make 5. From 5 kinds of bacon, I only make the bacon slab and a beef bacon. So definitely, my raw materials have diminished, and so I've had to focus on items which will satisfy the customer's needs.
Okay, but now people are now talking about self reliance, about the Secretary William Dar of the Department of Agriculture is currently heavily promoting urban gardening,
Yes.
etc. Now, you mentioned that you generally relied on supplies from Europe. What about now? I suppose the situation is going to force you to shift to local supplies or produce your own material.
Yes. So again, serendipitously, as I went to the palengke, I discovered that the butcher, right, in the palengke used to sell 10 heads of pigs or pork, right? But right now, he's only able to sell 2. So it's an 80% decline, right? So I discovered upon talking to him a bit more, there's a lot of pigs on the island pigs, right, who have lived a full life. So now my plan is, instead of importing from Italy or Spain, I'm going to just sell the island pigs. Anyway, if they've lived a good life, they deserve to be bacon for Capitolio. I'll send you some.
Okay. Well, I think our viewers have learned enough, and my wild pigs, my babagamos, are happy that you are in Coron, Palawan, because they are assured of a longer life. Kumbaga, nabigyan sila ng parto.
Naka-quarantine din sila.
Thank you very much, Sunny. We learned a lot, and I hope our viewers are also picked up a few ideas from you. We know you'll be back on your feet again, because you are more than a survivor. You thrive on challenges, and you're doing a great job. We hope you stay strong, stay safe, and stay healthy.
Okay.
God bless you, bro.
Thank you, Cito. Stay home and pray. Thank you.